Hello, everyone. Thank y'all for tuning in to LaQuinta's Chatter Box. Today, we will be talking to my special guest, Sannecia
Hey, how
Davis.
are you guys?
Hello, everyone. So, we're just going to jump right into it. We're going to talk everything mental health, and we're going to talk about an amazing event that you have going on this
Yes, ma'am.
weekend.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am from Conway, Arkansas. My brand is Blessed Scales, and I started. It's a boutique, so it was due to a testimony of mine. A lot of people know it, a lot of people don't, but I have been through a lot of trials and tribulations in my life. So I wanted to give back in the community and show people what God did for me in my life. So I started a brand with fashion, and a year later, I'm like, let's put this on the runway. And during the runway, I want to raise awareness of everything I've been through in life to educate people who probably have been through the same thing. And that's
Okay.
how Far on the Runway was started.
So, this year's uh, runway that you're going to
Mhm.
have, what is the title this
It's
year?
mental health.
Mental health.
Yes.
So, what made you dabble into mental health this year?
I dabbled into mental health this year. I pay attention to the rise of suicide in Arkansas, and I seen the numbers going back up as they did when COVID came. So I wanted to touch on mental health again.
Okay.
Yeah. I previously have done a mental health before. I actually think you were in that show.
It was mental health.
It was mental health.
Yes.
Yes.
And that was an amazing show. I think
Yes.
that we did that in was it
Conway.
Was it
It was in
Conway?
Conway. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a great show. Like I said earlier, I
Mhm.
love the fact that you bring awareness to things that we have going on in day to day.
Right.
And with you being busy and
Mhm.
doing different shows, because you do this, how often do you do these
I
shows?
do this show once a year, but I'm kind of behind the scene on a lot of other shows.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, just always
Yeah.
working.
Always.
So with
Always.
you always working, how do you deal with life, with your household, your business? Because I know they have to be,
Mhm.
it have to deal with your mental health when
It's
you're doing
hard.
that.
I was about to say I have to check in on my mental health because when you go like how we go, it comes with a lot.
Right, right.
So people expect so much, and it's just a lot. So I have to always tap in as well to my own mental, because sometimes people don't understand motivators. We need motivated too.
Right.
So it's a constantly a mental thing.
So when you deal and have to deal with your own mental, like stress and
Mm-hmm.
anxiety, because people don't understand, we all have stress and
Mm-hmm.
anxiety. So what do you do to cope?
My coping for stress and anxiety is like the yoni steams that you do. I like to
Hmm.
steam. I love my sage. I love getting to myself and just most definitely the word. But a lot with my mental is just cutting everything off and not focusing on nothing for that day when I can feel it kind of coming on.
Okay.
Because I do suffer. I do suffer with mental health issues such as PTSD, just due from things I have went through in life that women shouldn't go through.
Right.
So, with that being said, I have to always pay attention to my mental health.
Okay, so when you were saying your life journey,
Hmm.
it had tapped in a little bit on mental health. So when you were dealing with that, did you have any obstacles that were standing in the way, or did you have something to help you?
I did. I had, as I began to change my life, I had a mentor, and she keep me on my game.
That is so
Yes,
important
it
to
is
have a
very
mentor.
important. She is like my rock when I'm like, because people, when you are like changing, people are still there testing. They want to see if you really did change. So you gotta have those positive people in your life to say, don't do that. You know. So that my mentors play a big, big, big part of my life.
So would you say your mentors was the positive resources for mental health that you went?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
Going to church, but my mentors is they be on my butt.
Because a lot of people that go through mental health,
Hmm.
they don't know what resources that they have out here,
Hmm.
who to contact, because a lot of people be
Hmm.
ashamed of
A
mental
lot of
health.
people, especially us, black people, we are, black men. I mean, even black women. And a lot of times when you get on like Like I had one woman, she told me one day, like, God is elevating you really high, and you shouldn't talk to this type of person. And it's like those type of things play with my mental health, because no matter what I'm doing in life, like I still have mental health issues,
Right.
so it comes with a whole lot that could affect your mental health. That's why I wanted to raise awareness. And as I'm raising awareness with these shows, I'm also educating myself.
Right. And I was going to ask you that with you doing the
Mhm.
shows, does it educate you as well?
Yes.
But this is a thing I want to ask. In the beginning, when you start doing it to now, is it a stigma with mental health that in the beginning you thought was different versus going through it now?
Now the difference is I can see how a lot of people is coming out and like, I'm sick, or people who, like, social media is something else that play with your
Oh,
mental.
yes.
So you have so many people just reaching out now, like, hey, I don't even know you, but I'm a be there because I suffer with mental health. And it could be someone's even simple as their dog dying. It's so many things that come with messing up your mental.
Right.
Death. I've experienced a lot of death. So some people can handle it. Everybody can't.
Right. And everybody handle it different.
Exactly. So just bringing that awareness. Arkansas Suicide Prevention, they'll be there. They have new numbers now. They don't use the 1-800. So this is educating them on when they're feeling a certain type of way. You can pick up the phone and you can call this number. So,
and see, that's something that I didn't know, that the number changed.
Yes,
I always thought it was the same number. When you Google it, it has the.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. See, and you started educating us. You even educating us today
Yes.
on what we need to know with mental health.
Right.
So, mental health looks different for everyone. A lot of people think you're supposed to look, your hair matted and clothes crazy.
Talking to yourself.
Yeah. They think that's mental health, mental illness. But when we're talking about, mental illness, it's a broad of different things.
Yes, it is. Abroad. It's a lot of different things.
Yes. So let me ask you this. What is it you would like to tell us, or what do we look forward to? What can we look forward to Saturday?
Oh my goodness. Saturday is going to be so amazing. I have 9 designers.
Okay.
Several coming in from out of state. And then I most definitely have the Arkansas designers, 60 models.
Oh, wow.
Every year it just gets bigger and bigger. God is so good. We'll do a red carpet party from 6 to 7, and then we'll go into the show from 7 to it's over. Yeah.
Okay.
We have Nick Thomas. He's one of our hostess. Santa James, and she's been rocking with me for many years. And we just ready for just to have fun, but also raising awareness.
So how do you come up with the different names of the runways? The different because they're called Fire on the Runway, and you always have a campaign that you're talking about. How do you come up with those?
Each year I kind of study on what is really trending in Arkansas. Like last year we did violence. That was really big last year. A lot of parents was losing their children. The year before it was mental health. The year before that it was opiate addiction. That was big in Arkansas. And the year before that it was domestic violence. So it's always something, but it's always something I have been through in life that caused me to have mental illness.
Right. So what would you say the biggest challenges for you in starting this and doing what you're doing?
Just because of who I am. So,
that's the challenge.
The challenge is a lot of people, when you have favor on you, I can't help it. So yeah, I have been through a lot, and I have been on both sides. So when I started this, I didn't know it was gonna
take off.
I didn't know that. So a lot of people think that they don't like it because
they see where you are now, not looking at where you came from, basically.
Exactly. And those usually are just like the judgmental people, So the show is amazing. They're going to keep on going on.
Keep going on. Hey,
And
I
I'm gonna keep
love it.
on being me, you
Keep
know.
on being.
So
That's the best person to
as
be, is to be
absolutely,
you.
absolutely.
So what do we look have to look forward to the next year? Is it a surprise, or do you
It'll.
start working on them now?
I usually start after the show. I'll wait about give myself a break for about 6 months, and then I'll start working on it. Yeah.
Okay. So we know that you do this,
Hmm.
fire on the runway.
Hmm.
So what else do Shanice do?
So I Bless Gales. It's a boutique in Conway,
Okay.
and there's a salon in the back, and then there's a salon that I recently opened up next door.
Honey,
Yeah.
boss making boss moves. I
Yes,
love it. I
yes,
love
yeah.
it. So do you work in your boutique alone, or you have someone else working?
I do work alone. The ladies kind of run that's in the back doing hair. They kind of hold it down for me because I'm hardly ever there now. So I like to take young ladies and I like to teach them, because this generation is so different now. They could be out doing anything. So
Right.
I like to take them and mold them so they won't have to go through a lot of things that I went through in life. So usually start them out like right out of school, and I watch them grow
Watching,
into
right.
bosses,
I love that.
and
I
it's
love that.
amazing.
And
Yeah.
you don't hear a lot of older bosses trying
Mhm.
to grab the
Yeah, give
younger.
back. Right.
Yes, and
Hook them up,
that's right.
Just I don't know. I guess that's the OG in me, like just to help them because they need help right now. A lot of them are misguided,
Definitely.
and I just think that's where I kind of come in at.
So do you think that was your calling?
Oh yeah,
So let
yeah.
me ask you, when you were younger, what did you see yourself doing this? Is this something you always wanted to do, or it just
Yeah, I've always been into fashion. Just unfortunately, being around the wrong people, my life took a curve that I wasn't expected. So the fashion thing, even in the most terriblest days, I was always fly, you know. So as God transformed me, I'm like, this is what I want to do, and it went from being illegal to
to
legal,
legal? I
you know.
know that's right.
So I kept it going.
Okay. I love that. I love that. So, is there anything else that you would like to share with our viewers? What else with mental health would you like to highlight and raise awareness of, that a lot of people don't know?
I just, if you feeling some type of way, sick, man, get some help. Get you a psychiatrist. Get you a mentor. Call someone. Call the number, but get some help, and don't be afraid or ashamed or
Right.
prideful to do that. I got two psychiatrists.
To, and that's nothing wrong with it.
No.
In the African American community, a lot of us, we think
Mm-hmm.
going to see a psychiatrist is
Right.
something wrong with that. Or having a
Right.
therapist. You go
Mm-hmm.
see a therapist. Why you see?
Yeah.
They're
No.
ashamed or think something is wrong with
Right.
it. But people have so
Mm-hmm.
many things that they have to
That's
deal
right.
with,
Yes.
and like you say, it messes
Mm-hmm.
with their
Yeah, the
mental.
mind.
So when you, like I said, coming up and doing this, have you
Mm-hmm.
had to experience mental health, like bad mental health, with anybody that was close to you or yourself?
Um, I didn't had a. I still deal with a lot of people who suffer from mental health due to a lot of trauma that happened in their life. So it, it's a everyday, it's an everyday thing
It's an
for us.
everyday
Yeah,
thing.
and it's just day by day. Um, I think social media has came and really messed up a lot of people because you look into something and a lot of it is not even real, so you
Exactly.
chasing things that's not even true, and it just you sit around and be crazy as hell trying to chase
Chasing
something that
that
ain't even
dream
real.
that's not real,
you
because everybody
know
make it look good for
yeah,
social media.
right. So I think that's what's going on a lot right now. And it's a lot of suicides has happened due to social media. Social media bullying, um,
Have you ever had to deal with any social media bullying or any bullying in your profession? Because I know a lot of women that's normally in the
Mhm.
boutique world, the
Mhm.
modeling world.
Yeah.
It's a lot of mean girls out
It's
there.
a lot of mean girls. It is. No, I have never dealt with it.
You
But
just loved, huh?
what I do know, I know. Those are the girls. Those are the ones I stay away from, though. I'm just a good observer, so I didn't ran into a lot of snakes. But I usually know they a snake when they shaking my hand, asking, "Hey, I want to work with you," and
No,
I can just, it's just
every
something.
friend not a friend.
Right.
Look, we do know about that.
Right, so no, I try not to. If I feel a certain way about somebody, I don't even want to deal with them.
So,
So,
how important was networking with different business owners and different people? How important was that for your vision?
networking was huge for me for the simple fact, um, a lot of things that I do now, I probably wouldn't have been able to do it without networking. I read a meme and it said, if you don't have to have a bachelor's degree if you networking. So
Mhm.
networking has got me into a whole lot of doors.
So, networking is important.
It is.
There you go, you guys. That's trying to get in
Right.
it. Network,
Hmm.
network, network. So, is that what you would tell the younger Shanice that's coming up? Let me
I would
ask
tell
you.
her so many things,
Yeah,
but that would be one of them.
yeah, the
Yes.
younger Shanice,
Hmm.
with all the experiences that you've had
Hmm.
and the things that you've went through, the younger Shanice, the early 20s Shanice, what would you tell her?
I would tell her to. I would tell her a lot. But I would tell her just to be you. Be yourself. That place. I don't care what I'm doing. I can be sitting up with the mayor, whoever. I'm gonna be me. And people love that about me. I
The
don't.
authentic,
Yeah, I don't
right?
sugarcoat it. This is who I am, and I think that just plays a big, big, big part. Because if you being you, I think as a younger Sannecia, if I would have been, I knew when I was doing wrong because I was raised greatly. But if I would have just been being me and not chasing behind the bad boys, etc., it probably would have saved my life.
Would have saved you.
So just always stand on what you stand on and be you.
And be you.
Yeah.
Y'all hear that? Stand on what you
Yeah.
stand on. Be you.
Yeah.
Because who else can be you other than you?
Nobody.
And nobody can do it better.
Nobody.
So, is there anything else you would like to share?
I think that's it. I just really thank you for having me today. I be
Thank
following
you.
you, and I'm like,
Thank
look at her.
you.
I'm really proud of you, man.
Thank you. So, honey, we are trying, and like we
Yeah,
have something in common. We try to bring
yeah.
along, the younger generation, and be a positive force
Right.
for
That's
them.
right. That's right. And you've been doing your fashion thing for a long
Oh
time.
yeah.
You an OG in the game, so.
Yes, I have been doing this a long. I think
Mhm.
I am going in April. I think would
Mhm.
be 10
That's what's
years.
up.
10 years
Yeah.
in April. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that.
Mhm.
10 years in April,
Mhm.
and honey, it has been a
It's a up and
road.
down.
It
It's a up and
is
down
because
thing.
everybody think it's up all the time.
I be telling them, and I be like, she lying.
That's
When I be
right.
seeing, I be like, she lying, because I know how this game go. And
Especially when you're getting it out the mud,
that part.
honey.
Yes,
The
that
sweat,
part.
the tears. I mean,
Yes,
real
right.
tears.
And people don't see that. So, I mean, it's up and down. It's an up and down thing, but I don't mind telling people that it's an up and down thing.
Right.
I have my good days and I have my bad days. So that's
So,
it.
what would you tell before we get ready to close out?
Mhm.
The younger business lady that's trying to come in and start, open up a boutique, start doing fashion shows.
Mhm.
What would you tell her? What should be her main thing to focus on and where to start?
Probably education. Most definitely get your education. I see now a lot of people are going on YouTube. Man, go get your education and take some classes and really learn how to do it and go for it.
So it wasn't overnight.
It is not overnight.
And how long you been doing
I've
it?
been doing this now for 7 years, a little bit longer than that, but I'm watching the harvest now.
Now.
Not 7 years ago.
You heard that? She's been in it 7 years, and now
Yeah.
she's watching the
Right.
harvest.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah.
So, well, I thank you so much
you
for
for having
joining
me.
us and just blessing us with your.
Absolutely.
But before we go, are the tickets sold out? Can people still get in?
You can if you can pay at the doors. There's no guarantee for seating. They're still on Eventbrite, but we are almost sold out.
Almost. Y'all know that's going to be a good show. Already almost sold out.
Yeah,
So
we
if
are.
you have not gotten your tickets, go on Eventbrite and get your tickets. And if you missed the Eventbrite, try to show up and see if you can get in at the door.
Yeah.
Because guess who's going to be there? We're going to be there. Yes. Again, thank you for coming, and we look forward to see what you have for next year.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'll be here next year.
All right. Yes. So thank you guys. This is our time. We're gonna wrap it up. Once again, thank you for tuning in to a amazing episode of LaQuinta's Chatterbox. And I'm your girl LaQuinta. See you next week.